Hey y'all, welcome back to Mama's Dirty Tarot. It's Mama. Ooh, my voice lately. But this is probably definitely going to be a two-part video because I know it's going to be long. But someone requested me to look into Kendrick Lamar and Nicki Minaj's relationship, and I felt like why not just make it a whole video on YMCMB and Roc Nation, right? Two separate entities that, like, we know there's tension between them, so let's just see and clarify everybody's relationship. Who's cool, who's friends, who's not cool, who's not messing with each other. Like, let's just clarify everything. I just dropped my glasses. Okay, so listen. It's a lot that we don't know and a lot that we can't see that's happening behind closed doors. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not gonna lie, I shuffled up a couple of decks because I wanted to be nosy, and the only thing that jumped out during the shuffle was Scribe. I cannot make it up, okay? This is all about that music. So as you can see, there's someone writing music on this card. Interestingly, it says on the shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So we'll see if that's something that somebody feels like happening, like somebody's plagiarizing them, like they stealing their work, or copying them, like altering the facts, not telling the truth. Like, we're gonna figure out and get down to the bottom of who's telling the truth and who's lying and what facts is being altered and all of that mess. All right, so let us start though by talking about the individual enterprises themselves. Let's see what's going on over at YMCMB. How are they feeling? Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Drake, and them. Like, I want the whole, everybody. Birdman, I guess everybody. What is that whole, the energy over at Young Money looking like? How is Young Money feeling right now? Let's start there and see what's going on. Listen. All right. Oh, okay. Listen, all right, so we got the broom, the flower coming out in reverse, skull coming out in reverse, and axe. So they're looking to clean up what they feel like the lies that's been told. All right, they're here to clarify on what's truth and what's not the truth. Okay, what's really going on here? Who's worked on what? Who's copying who? Like, they really want to make that clear. Okay, they want to get to the bottom of that. Oh yeah. Who got their hands in the devil's pocket, basically? Who got their hands in some things that they shouldn't have no business dealing with? Yeah, like who's greedy and trying to mastermind things and all of that stuff. Like, who's not doing things by the book? Okay, that's what they're really wanting to talk about. This is crazy. Oh yeah, they definitely want to bring information to the light over at YMCMB, okay, about what is going on. Listen, Iceberg, they feeling real cold. Not Young Bird, I'm weak, but anyways, they feeling real cold. I want to look at because I know sometimes, what is the flower in this deck specifically? It says beauty, kindness, gifts, blossoming abilities, or potential. So listen, that's coming out in reverse. All right, so it's looking real dark. It's looking real devious. We do see the skull out here, so we know that things is looking dark. But they definitely feel like, it's time to put whatever partnership that they had to them to an end. There's no more working together. Like, it's time to clean all that up. They got to bring some clarification to the light and let it be known, like, what the truth is. So we're going to see exactly what that truth is and what they feel like that truth is. But they feel like there's a lot that we don't know. There's a lot that's been hidden from us, that's been done behind closed doors, that's not been done by the book. Okay, people been taking our handouts from, the powers that be, dealing with making deals with the devil, okay, literally. And they want to talk about what we don't know, and they feel like it's really time to talk about the greed and bring all of this stuff to the light, because I guess it's enough hiding all of that stuff, hiding all of it. They want to talk about the powers that be with this sun here. They want to talk about all of the greed. Whoa, this is freaking crazy. I can't stop looking at this because I really did not expect this to be happening. But it's like, listen, there is no more friendship. Like, they're dissolving all of that. They're not trying to hear that. They don't even feel like they're cool. All right, so that's what's going on as far as what they're ready to do. They're ready to put that information and that knowledge that they have to work. All right, they're ready to end out a cycle of negativity and let it be known what's really going on here, because they feel like it's been a lot of sneakiness. Bro, I cannot make this up. It's a lot of sneakiness going on, and a lot of people, that's been holding them back, okay, and trying to keep them quiet by offering handouts and hush money and this and it's a lot of hush play things that people have been doing, and they tired of being silent. They don't care, but they do definitely need to protect themselves at this time, and be smart and move smart and be sneaky and be careful about how they do things, because this could be real negative. This could turn out real bad for Young Money, because right now they're with the antidote. They're looking for ways to shut them up. Okay, where antidote is stump. Right now, people are looking for ways to stump them and shut them down, all right? And they're also at the same time looking for ways to, uproot things, with this truth in reverse. They want to talk about stuff that they've, been keeping quiet, all right? They're ready to dig it up and bring it to the light, and go under the surface with this ladder. They want to get to the hidden truths, all right? But they do need to protect themselves and be careful, because the energy is not looking good, okay? Because people want to put some endings out there for them, okay? That is what I'm seeing. How are they feeling amongst each other? People really want to stump them and have them messed up, but they're tired of being quiet. They're tired of just acting like everything is cool when they being treated certain type of ways. I don't know what's happening, but these shady deals and all of this nonsense that's been in the hush stuff, they're ready to speak up about it over at Young Money. Like, they're tired of it. So how are they feeling internally and personally amongst themselves? Like, what's going on? Like, internally, are they good? Yeah, they focus on their wealth, all right? And listen, they do feel like, it's a lot of turmoil and unrest, all right? They feel manipulated. The shell in reverse and pop it in reverse, they feel like they've been manipulated, and they don't want nobody pulling the strings anymore. It's something that it's causing them a lot of stress, turmoil, anxiety. Like, with this shell in reverse, like, keeping these secrets, holding this back, as they've reached a boiling point, all right? When it comes to, and it's about their money, it's about their legacy, it's about everything that they've built and what they stand for when it comes to this challenge, all right? Yeah, it's all about the hard work that they put in with this factory. They feel like they put in the hard work, and they're tired of being manipulated. They're tired of being taken advantage of. They're tired of being stabbed in the back with the dagger. This is wild. Yeah, they're tired of being blocked financially, emotionally, physically, stopped, held back from doing things. Like, they have people abusing them and trying to cause blockages in their life, and they're sick of it. Yeah, and they with this Ankh, it's like, that's that bloodline that I was talking about. They feel like, they're whoever this was, they couldn't go against them because of how heavily protected these people are. So they feel like, when you're going against this, then they going against, like, I don't know, I guess a quote unquote chosen one, but they themselves feel that they are chosen one. So it's chosen one for chosen one. That's how they looking at it. Rock Nation and y'all feel like y'all strong, y'all feel like y'all powerful. We feel like we powerful too, all right? Yeah. And it's like they think that having friends in high places is gonna protect them and everything, and they're like, nah, that those friends that you have in high places, they're not gonna be able to protect you no more. They don't want them to be protected no more, and they don't care if that means that they lose out on certain friendships and partnerships and whatever with the dove coming out of reverse. They don't care who they lose, all right? What partnerships, deals, friendships, they're ready to speak up because they are sick and tired of the betrayal. Yeah, listen, they're not going for it, all right? They're not about to be swayed. They're not about to be manipulated. They're not going astray. They're not doing anything that they don't have no business doing. They're not, like, you can't get to them no more. It's not sticking anymore. Whatever was working before, it's just not working no more, all right? They're not going for that. It's a lot of emotions surrounding the situation, with water being on the bottom of the deck, because like I said, they feel very manipulated, stabbed in the back. They feel like they've been blocked financially, like their money, their legacy, their finances, everything, their careers have been attacked and have been played with and have been under attack. And so they're not going without a fight. Basically what they're saying, they're not going without a fight because they put in the hard work, and they're not allowing them to just permanently thwart them. They're not allowing them to just permanently put some thorns in their roses, okay? Like, they gonna bring some stuff to the light before they allow that to happen. So it's very touchy. It's a very sensitive situation. Like I said, they're all over the place emotionally with their shell coming out in reverse. They feel like this is fucking with their peace, excuse my language. This is messing with their happiness, and so there's a lot of emotional unrest and emotions being all over the place involved in this situation, and I'm not surprised, because we see what that one Nicki Minaj is doing, so I'm not surprised. All right, let's talk about Rock Nation. How is it going over at Rock Nation? How are they feeling? and stuff like that. And I want to include Meg and Kendrick in this, y'all, because I feel like they play a big role, and SZA. So tell me how these people are feeling in terms of the situation, and you know what's going on over at ROC Nation, what's going on over in the music world over there in they building. Listen, I'm seeing poison at the bottom of the deck. Listen, there's a lot of sick. Oh, okay. They don't got no walls. They ain't got no barriers. Oh, ROC Nation got their eyes set on something that they want to do for the Queen Bee. Okay. I see what's going on. So basically, what's going on with ROC Nation is that, you know, they definitely going to be trying to put Beyonce back into the forefront, okay, because we got Wall in reverse with Arrow. So they trying to make sure that they keep her out of the situation, they keep her in a good standing, they keep her looking good, that, you know, her empire's not being messed with, and that people are not sending her negativity, and that nothing that bad that people try to send towards Beyonce don't come towards her with this Be Ambush coming out in reverse. So they're trying to make sure they control the narrative and direct the narrative when it comes to what people see about Beyonce. They want to make sure that they keep up her image with this mirror here. They want to make sure that everything is looking good as far as her image. All the while, they feel like Nicki Minaj, the other B, okay, they need to destroy her image, okay, because we got Owl in reverse with Tooth. So like they feel like the way to get at her is to permanently change her image into her being pretty much crazy, all right, with Owl in reverse, because we got the, you know, Owl's like a wise person, so they want her viewed as batshit crazy. That's what they trying to focus on, just giving her that image. You know, they giving her the Kanye treatment, they giving her the treatment that they give all of the people. They are about to, you know, send her to the gulag, is what I just heard, okay? She's been sent to the gulag, and a wish will not be granted for her, okay? They're not trying to have none of her wishes granted. They want to make sure that no one believes anything that she has to say, all right, that no one wants to listen to her with this candle and ear in reverse. They want her looking batshit crazy and no one paying attention, no one listening, no one believing that she's good. They want people thinking that she's manic, she's crazy, she don't know what she's talking about, she's losing her mind, she's lost it, she's just mad because her career not what it was before, she not shining, you know, and that's what it is. But all the while still making sure that they control and manage and make sure that there's no blockages with this Wall in reverse for their Queen Bee, right? For them, they want to make sure that there's no blockages for them, that for ROC Nation, for SZA, for Meg, for B, for Jay-Z, for all of them, that everything continues to go up with this arrow. Meanwhile, they tear down YMCMB through their main attraction, which is their main attraction, which is Nicki Minaj. That's what they want to do. They want to take down their Queen Bee. They feel like if we attack their queen, then you know how you get the snake, you cut the head off. So she's the head of the snake, and that's what they're trying to do, cut her head off. They're trying to take down the Queen Bee. Oh, this is crazy. Mumbling and quackling about that queen. Oh my God, this is crazy how they really don't want nobody listening to her or believing anything that she say with this tooth. They don't want nothing that she do or say stick or anybody believe in. That's crazy. They really trying to have her look like a crazy narcissistic asshole woman scorned. Like, wow. Okay, so how are they feeling amongst each other? J and B and Kendrick and Meg and all these different people. What's the relationship like there? Like, is there even a connection? But we're gonna go into one by one. That's why it's gonna be a 2-part video. But let's see how they feel internally. Okay. Listen, they doing whatever they gotta do to manage the situation. They don't care what they gotta do. Okay, but they're Scourge in reverse. Scourge, that's really about discipline. Okay, they don't care what chaos they gotta create, what drama they gotta create, who they gotta hurt, who they gotta harm, who gets stung. You know what I mean? Who gets caught in the crossfire? They in their devilish energy with this snake. All right, they are going to get this girl. All right, the girl on the bottom of the deck. They are coming for Nicki Minaj, and they're going to get Nicki Minaj no matter what. They don't care how hard they got to work. They are going to stop her growth. All right, they're going to stop her bag with this acorn. They are determined to dig the dirt, to put her in the dirt with this shovel coming out in reverse. They are determined to keep their skeletons in the closet and have her shit never grow, have it never come to the light, have none of their skeletons come out, that people don't know about it. This mushroom in reverse is giving me again about that family, that bloodline. It's fungus, spores. They feel like she's a pain in the neck, she's a pain in the ass, and they feel like, since you don't want to be a part of the family, and you feel like we don't have a friendship and a relationship no more, then we are not going to be dealing with you. But what you're not going to do is run your mouth with this snake. You're not going to be hissing, okay, and talking. Damn, son, hiss. Something interesting, I guess Hiss by Megan is significant, but listen, they're gonna help Meg to, I guess, avoid any storms and stay out of any situations. But they definitely want Nicki Minaj not to grow with this acorn. They want her in some situations, okay? They want to destroy her everything, her money, her finances with the challenge in reverse, her legacy. Boy, I'm gonna get one more. Oh, I knew it. I was like, something tell me to get one more. Yeah, they're trying to destroy everything for Nicki. All right, they are trying to destroy her, and they want to make sure that they keep their women, whoever they feel is most important, on top. All right, they want to destroy Nicki Minaj's. Listen, sweetheart in reverse with evil eye and abundance. They want to take away her money. They want to destroy everything. All right, they don't care what and how they got to do it. The ancestors do not support it, and so I know that Nicki gonna be relying on her ancestors, and she gonna definitely have something to say about it. But they will be sending a lot of evil eye towards her abundance and trying to destroy her financial situation. Okay, that is what I am seeing as far as Rock Nation and how they currently feeling about Nicki. They don't care if they got to do any kind of mass spell work on her. They're doing all kind of spell work on her, on the Barbs as well. They don't care. They're doing spell work on everybody. And it's because like she said, she don't want ties with them, right? It's all about those family ties, and so you got to stay on board. And if you're not on board, then you got to go. And they're hoping that with taking her down, they can bring some new opportunities to themselves. They can attach themselves to her abundance with this rope and fish. They trying to create new beginnings. Like, they literally trying to use her to siphon and calm down their storms and bring some beauty and some prosperity, abundance to themselves. They're hoping that they can do that by messing with her abundance. And I'm seeing the bridge is fail, risking is crossy. Your ideas are rejected, not satisfied with results. So this is something that they really been having an eye on, but I am seeing that this would be a risky decision for Rock Nation to do, because at the end of the day, not everybody, this might not come out with satisfying results, okay? Not everybody has the same ancestors, so you better know who ancestors you messing with, all right? Yeah, I can't make it up. With divine feminine in reverse, with boss and ancestors in reverse. Listen, you trying to mess with the ancestors of a boss, okay, a divine feminine, and so whoever this guy is, right, Jay-Z, that's trying to tear her down, it's gonna be very hard. He's trying to he don't know that she's very aligned, she's very in tune with her ancestors, okay, she's very in tune, all right. And so with this divination moving on in chakras, her chakras are aligned, and she's very tapped in, and she's very in tune, and he's not going to be able to take her off her pivot. She knows exactly what it is that she's doing. They tried to attack her love, they tried to attack her through her work. They're trying to attack her through so many different ways, setting her evil eye, negativity, jealousy, because we got twin flame, poverty in reverse, occupation in reverse, and jealousy and envy in reverse. So this twin flame reverse, he messed with her career, he messed with her finances, and he had a lot of envy towards her, which is Kenny. But yeah, he had a lot of negativity towards her, and so they was hoping that would be enough to get to her. But I'm not seeing that this is getting to her. She's moving on, all right. She know how to move on. She's staying balanced and in order, all right. Listen, and I'm not even no super duper Nicki Minaj fan, but listen, this is what I'm seeing. The ancestors got her back, and they're not about to allow anything to happen to her. So they may not be satisfied with results they get from trying to mess with her, all right. So they better be very, very careful messing around in people's energy, trying to do witchy stuff, trying to do spell work and attack somebody and have them messed up. Something about this mushroom I keep looking back at, so let me see what this is. Failure, poor decisions, doubt, I knew it, taking a risk, a growing problem. So this is what it is. They're trying to have her experience a lot of negativity, but for them it's going to turn out to be a failure. They're going to be going through a lot of storms. They're going to have a lot of stress, and it's not going to, they're not going to be able to get those new beginnings or whatever it is that they're, her abundance, whatever it is that they're trying to siphon off of her. With this time, it gives me impatience. Like, they're trying to move quickly and do things really fast, and that's going to be the downfall. Trying to move quickly and trying to attack somebody, it's going to be where they make a misstep and make a mistake, because they don't know that they're messing with somebody that they they shouldn't be. But I do see that as far as how Rock Nation is feeling right now, they feeling like real scorn, they feeling real bitter, okay, and they want to attack. They want to keep themselves protected. They're in the energy of not letting their secrets come out of the closet, and they want to attack Nikki. All right, that's what that is. Yeah, they want to cause disaster for her. All right, they want to cause endings. All right, no transformations for her. Okay, no opening, no unlocking new doors, no opening no new opportunities. They don't want none of that stuff for her. So let me not be the dead horse, because clearly this is what this is all about, is Nikki at the end of the day. So I do wonder about this scribe thing. Like, does somebody feel like their words have been it came out quick? Yes, open to suggestion, front and center, steady. So open to suggestion. So I don't know if Nikki was helping somebody, or it's YMCMB would, was in a partnership and they was helping them as far as they were writing for other people. That's what this is giving me. The people from Young Money were writing for people in Rock Nation. They was always asking them for suggestions, looking for help. But what was the outcome of this? How did this turn out? Okay, I'm seeing being shown the way, welcome with open arms, glowing results, clarity, seeing the whole picture. So a lot of times this shit went swimming. It went beautifully. It went amazing. All right, it brought a lot of financial opportunities. They made a lot of money off the backs of Young Money. Okay, Rock Nation has made a lot of money off the backs of Young Money writers. Okay, the writers of Young Money. All right, that's exactly what I'm gonna see there. Yeah, no, making a final effort, falling away, withering, but that's done now. All right, so much has withered away, and they're realizing that they have to focus on building something new. They have to let these skeletons come out, and they have to speak up. All right, before they lose everything, because a lot of what they have is crumbling right before their eyes. They see that their legacy is being attacked. I can't make it up. With shady deals, dark road, moonlighting to get by on the bottom of the deck. A lot of these deals were fucking shady, excuse my language, and they got taken advantage of, and now they want to come back for what is theirs. That's what's going on here. Like, bro, they ready, and they have peace with their decision. They don't feel bad. They're not looking back. You know what I'm saying? They don't view people the same with this God in reverse. Yeah, I can't make it up with Attic and God in reverse. They don't view things the same. They know that these people are messing around with things that they don't have no business to, that they're addicted to working for the opposite of God. All right, they're addicted to working for the DEVIL. Okay, and so they no longer want to be slaves to that. All right, they no longer want to be slaves to that. This damsel card is interesting. It says understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. So they're taking a risk. They're going out on their own. They're not going to be afraid to speak their truth and go with their gut feeling and go out on their own, because they know they got something deeper at their back. They know that this is the right decision to make. I'm seeing Midas and Miser with Fool in reverse. So yeah, they was taken advantage of financially. This Fool was very stubborn, very much a user when it came to money confirmation, and this is what I'm getting. This is what the people from Jay-Z and Rock Nation do. They abuse people for their money and use them, and they strong arm them into these situations with athlete here, into situations that they really have a hard time getting out of with this rescuer in reverse, like that they feel stuck and trapped in these situations where they're being strong armed by Jay-Z and Rock Nation. And YMCMB is not going for that. Young Money ain't going for that. They ready to avenge themselves, okay, with this slave. The Avenger in reverse with slave, like they're ready to avenge all of the things that they've done. All right, the puppeteers, the strings. Look, the puppet strings is coming up again. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. All right, and so they know that they were trusted in somebody. You put your trust in a stupid hoe, how you figure? They realized that they made the wrong decision. All right, that this person that they confided in and trusted, that he wasn't protecting them and he was never going to help them, with this mediator in reverse, that they was always being a servant to this person who was never going to help them and save them, somebody that they couldn't trust. All right, it says using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. So they don't want to do that anymore. They like, forget that. The money is not going to be the excuse. Even if I just got to go out on Twitter and just post. That's how Nikki feel. Yeah, I forget the money. Even if I just got to speak up. Forget about the lawsuits and what might happen. She's coming out and speaking up about this because she feels and knows that she's been taken advantage of. All right, that people had hidden agendas, and that these people that we trust in and that Rock Nation has had a hidden agenda this whole time. So that's how she feel. And she's like, listen, I'm ready to get my money. They are going to act like she's in the energy of being a beggar. This is the image that they're going to try to portray about the members of YMCMB. Oh, they're crazy. They're cuckoo with this mystic in reverse. They lost their mind. They begging. They want money. This is all about finances and trying to extort. They're going to try to make it seem like they're really trying to extort him. Yeah, they're trying to paint a bad picture about me, that I'm a bad father, all right, that I'm not a good role model, that I'm not a good example with this shape-shifting father in reverse. He's going to try to say that, that this is an image that they're trying to paint, all right, that this is not really who he is, okay? But they are willing to take this risk with Gambler. YMCMB is not afraid to take this risk, all right? So that's what we have. That was a lot as far as what's going on with YMCMB and Roc Nation and the partnership and the friendship. So I'm going to leave that there for part 1, and like I said, part 2 we are going to go into talking about everybody's original, I guess everybody's individual relationship. Oh yeah, no, this is crazy. I'm sorry, I totally forgot to look at these 2 decks. Let's do that real quick, and then yeah, they trying to get Nicki Minaj laughed at. Okay, they trying to make it seem like she's a psycho crazy with an attachment. All right, like people think this is funny, but she's being dead serious. She don't have no attachment. That's what I'm seeing here. These things that she's talking about is real truths. All right, she knows what she's speaking about when it comes to social media with this tech wizard. These things that she's saying that people are laughing at, it's not funny. It's actually true. So we need to stop sleeping on her. Is what I'm seeing with this snooze button samurai coming out in reverse. We need to actually start listening to what she's saying, because she actually know a lot about what she's talking about, and we need to protect her at all costs, is what I am seeing with this human GPS and delivery app devotee. She got her mindset on exposing this situation, and she's actually, she actually cares about a lot of people and is devoted to a lot of causes, her and YMCMB. So this is interesting. These people have vices, but they're not they're not, these evil people. But I am seeing that, they're being cut off financially, and, with the Queen of Pentacles, and controlled, all right, with the Queen and 2 of Pentacles. Their finances being controlled, they're being cut out, and they're trying to make it seem like, what she's saying is lies, but the whole time this King of Swords, these people from Roc Nation, they're the ones that's lying and not telling the truth. They're trying to paint the picture that she's lying, but she's coming out and telling the truth. This is the liar. The Queen of Pentacles is like, y'all know it's the King of Swords. No, it's him that's not telling the truth. He's been controlling my finances and holding things back. And she's, she's, like I said, her and the rest of them need to protect themselves. They need to stay away from, they need to keep themselves safe. All right, that's what I got with this 7 of Swords and Hermit in reverse. It's definitely not good news for them. They're in the energy of being kind of unprotected. And she feels like she thought she could trust this man, and she thought that that he would never do this to her. Like, she's really, really under a lot of pressure and stress behind this situation with the Knight of Swords in reverse and the 4 of Pentacles. The whole Young Money is because they thought that they could trust these people, and now they're finding out that whole time they was being used. All right, and so she no longer cares with the FOMO sufferer how she's viewed. She don't care about how she's looked at. She just wants to, the whole Young Money, they want to come out and speak, all right, and tell the truth. But specifically, Nicki Minaj does not care. But I am seeing, that she wants to come out and tell y'all the truth about this man, Jay-Z, this and Roc Nation, and the fact that they are not who we think they are and who we know them to be, and they are not to be trusted. Okay, she definitely feels like there's people been working against her from the inside, with this inside coming out in reverse, like, and she's ready to, like I said, bring to light everything that she's been keeping, that she's been hiding. That's what they all want to do, right? They're ready to put an end with this burial and death to this relationship with caregiver in reverse. They no longer care about him. They don't care about how they look. They don't care about how he looks. They realize that this man was never kind. Roc Nation never cared about them. There was never no true partnership and relationship. They can't trust Jay-Z, and they want to come out and speak out the truth about him, because they've been through a lot of challenges, okay? They've been through a lot of ups and downs with this mountains coming out in reverse, and they sick of all the obstacles. They sick of being held back. They sick of him, pretty much being a hidden enemy with this hidden and love in reverse, all right? He's been a hidden enemy in plain sight the whole time, and they tired of seeing him partying and enjoying life and living life and doing stuff, and they want us to know that he is somebody who has been taking advantage of them, all right? They've been bound to him with this strangulation in reverse. He's been abusing his power, all right, with this perversion coming out in reverse. He possibly stalking, watching, but he's definitely abusing his power to try to harm them and create obstacles for them and stop their life. And also, so is her husband, Kenny, he's also a op. Like, he's definitely a handler, and he was definitely sent there to keep her in her addictions and in her passions and have her not focusing on what she was supposed to do. And yeah, they definitely trying to sabotage whatever it is that she's trying to bring to the light. So that's the energy of this reading. Okay, they're gonna try to make it seem like it is gossip. So that's the energy of this reading. Hopefully they can overcome, all of these obstacles and get past whatever, smear campaign and humiliation ritual they're trying to do to make it seem like Nicki Minaj and Young Money and them don't know what they talk about when they actually are, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. My psychic downloads, my opinion based on what I'm seeing in the cards. I don't know. This is just what I'm seeing. All right. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in part 2 later.